In a stunning 6-3 decision, the U.S. Supreme Court has struck down President Trump's sweeping global tariffs. But who are the justices behind this landmark ruling? And what does it mean for presidential power? Let's break it down. The court ruled that while the president has emergency powers under the International Emergency Economic Powers Act, IEEPA, those powers do not extend to imposing broad taxes or tariffs. That authority, the justices explained, is reserved for Congress. This isn't just a case about trade, it's a crucial check on executive power, and it highlights the ongoing tug-of-war between the White House and the legislative branch. The majority, 6 votes. Chief Justice John Roberts authored the majority opinion, emphasizing that Congress, not the president, holds the constitutional power to levy tariffs. He framed the case as a fundamental separation of powers issue. Justice Neil Gorsuch surprisingly joined the majority despite being a Trump appointee. His vote drew sharp criticism from the president himself. Justice Amy Coney Barrett, another Trump appointee, siding with the majority, showing that careful statutory interpretation can cross ideological lines. Justice Sonia Sotomayor, part of the liberal wing, she emphasized concerns about executive overreach and the need for explicit congressional authorization for major economic actions. Justice Elena Kagan wrote a concurring opinion, arguing that the case could be resolved through ordinary statutory interpretation without invoking broader legal doctrines. Justice Ketanji Brown Jackson joined the majority and wrote separately, noting that legislative history supports the conclusion that Congress never intended IEEPA to grant tariff authority. The dissent, 3 votes. Justice Brett Kavanaugh argued the tariffs were lawful under historical practice and warned that the ruling could complicate matters, including potential refunds of previously collected tariffs. Justice Thomas Thomas focused on historical precedent, emphasizing that Congress can delegate trade powers and that the statutory text permits tariffs in emergencies. Justice Samuel Alito believed the majority misinterpreted the statute and unnecessarily restricted presidential authority, arguing policy disagreements should not drive legal interpretation. After the ruling, Trump called it a deeply disappointing, unleashing a fiery critique of the majority justices, calling them fools and lapdogs for the radical left Democrats, and claiming they were weak, unpatriotic, and an embarrassment to their families. He praised the dissenters, Thomas, Alito, and Kavanaugh, for their strength and wisdom. This 6-3 split not only strikes down Trump's global tariffs, but also reinforces the constitutional balance of power, reminding the world that Congress, not the president, controls taxes and tariffs. Even more striking, Trump appointees can, and sometimes do, side with the court against a sitting president, proving that in the Supreme Court, ideology doesn't always guarantee loyalty. This decision could have major implications for U.S. trade, executive authority, and the limits of presidential power for years to come.
Subscribe to One India and never miss an update. Download the One India app now.